Welcome in. Welcome in for another episode from the Critics Collective. I'm Ron, and today things are going to get wicked. Before we get into that, I want to say hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. We greatly appreciate you joining the collective family. Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about a movie called Wicked, the Real Story. You can catch this right now on Peacock. So that's NBC's Peacock. This came out 2024. It's about an hour and 30 minutes, give or take, and it's a documentary that talks about the book Wicked and the movie and the play and the history of where all that comes from. And I'm going to go ahead and give you my lows and my highs. We're going to rate it, and you can continue the discussion in the comments. Now, lows for this one was it made me think of other projects that I've seen, not necessarily things that were on Broadway or play or anything like that, but it could be just certain movies where it's always something that I feel like, especially if it's executed properly or executed well, that it elevates the media or the thing that we're looking at. Like if you're looking at behind the scenes of John Wick and you're seeing how much the actors are putting into the the look and the feel of each character on the physical level. The acting's already there, but on the physical level to add to the realism, it just takes movies like John Wick and it puts it, at a different place. Or you watch The Pit on HBO and you see the level of detail they did and kind of the no like throwback for shows like 24 where it's showing you everything right then and there. And so for this one, there is that feeling of man, I wish there was more of this, and that's actually kind of a good thing. Another low I would say for this is the audio. It's very rare, but the audio wasn't the best for this. And what I mean by this, I watched it on two separate occasions. That's day and that's night. No, literally, I did. But what I mean by that, there is a girl doing a voiceover. I don't know if they mentioned who the girl was. I think that probably would have helped or made some type of understanding of why you picked a girl or a younger sounding woman to do um, the voiceover for it. But the sound was off. The music was louder than the people giving the interviews. It just like the sound wasn't balanced. So I had to turn it up. But then there were sounds that were really loud and sounds that weren't, and it took away from it. The other thing I would say is more visual. And I think my perspective of it is because it's the Wizard of Oz realm, it is the realm of Wicked, that there's so much color and visualization that's done. I wanted more of that. They do show some things. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but I wanted that feel and not the Technicolor, not the HD pop that Wicked is now. I mean, they're I felt like they would talk about something and I was like, I want to see it. I want to see it. You talked about it. Show me like you just showed me this. Then I wanted more of that. And it could just be my fandom of the arts or Wicked and stuff like that. The good stuff about it, to have the original Arthur sit there and conversate, to have the original person who crafted the musical, to have an understanding of the process, just a glimpse, a little scratch of the surface of how musicals are put together or how movies are. This is something cool to open something and see the inner workings of it. So that was really cool. It reminded me of Click Click Boom or Tick Tick Boom, which is on Netflix, and it kind of goes into the process of creating a play or the life of a screenwriter or playwright. And I thought that was cool. I thought it was really cool to learn stuff. I like watching something I don't know the details of. I've seen the Wicked movie. I've listened to the Broadway cast recordings. I've watched the play, and I'm like, I still was learning. I read the original book, and I still was learning new stuff because of the perspective. For instance, that the characters or the idea of Alice in Wonderland that came before Wizard of Oz, how they are mirroring each other. I thought that was interesting to see that pull or that take, or what Dorothy needed from the supporting people that she went down the yellow brick road, and what Wicked pulled, and how wicked the witch is versus what you're seeing on Wicked. They're not two of the same. I mentioned that on other videos, but the creator is telling you honestly, hey, she's not supposed to be liked. She's 100% designed to be who she is based off of what I wrote, and some other stuff that I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil your your enjoyment of watching it and being like, I didn't know this. Now, if you happen to know everything, then bravo, put something in the comment, teach us more things about Wicked and this. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and rate this. This is Wicked, the Real Story. It's a documentary, an hour and 30 minutes, came out in 2014. You can watch this right now streaming on Peacock. I don't think it had anything to do with anything official, as it is not used in any of the press runs for either Wicked 1 or Wicked 2, Part 1, Part 2, respectfully. So you kind of have to dig and look for this one. Now, I did talk about some editing issues, but I thought there was a lot of really good stuff, the pacing and stuff like that. They talk about the Wizard of Oz. They give you the history of the Wizard of Oz, and then they move into and say, this is what they get. This is the process. This is how he put this together, and certain Easter eggs and head nods that you probably didn't know that you may enjoy. With that being said, I'll say it's a 4. Like I said, it's always good to get something that you enjoy and get to see it from a different view, maybe the creative process view or something you can learn from it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. Other than the editing issues, I thought it was pretty clean. I think if you're a fan of it, you'll enjoy. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. I'm Ron. Until next time.